not when you were mine. Now I'm all up on you. You expect you're not coming home with me tonight. I just wanna touch you. You don't want my heart. Baby, you just hate the thought of me with someone new. Yeah, you just wanna touch it all. I knew from the start. You're just making sure I'm never getting over you. What are you doing to me? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to me? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to me? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to me? What are you doing? I know that dress is corny, perfume regret. You got me thinking about when you were mine. And now I'm all up on you. What you expect? But you're not coming home with me tonight. You just wanna touch it. You don't want my heart. Maybe you just hit the thought of me with someone new.
All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're sorry we're a couple minutes late. We had a few little technical issues with sound, but I think we've got it all figured out now. So welcome to our DU Family Night. It is Thursday, October 26th. I am so excited for tonight, you guys. We have an awesome call planned for tonight. We're so glad you're here. 140 of us on live so far. Make sure you've messaged your success partners or your teammates to make sure they get on this call, because Ashley, I got a special preview. I got to hop on with some UK coaches of hers as she presented earlier this afternoon, and it's just amazing content. So you want to be sure your coaches are here. You want to be sure your success partners are here. So take 5 seconds and send a quick Facebook message. Just say, hey, don't forget, DU Family Night is right here. Hop on. Super, super valuable information. I'm going to take just a second before I introduce Ashley and go over just a couple quick announcements. I hope you guys saw some of our shout outs from last week's rank advancements. I'm super proud of you guys who moved your business forward. Don't forget to put those rank advancements within your organization in that DU Love Fest graphic. Nicole advanced her business to Emerald, and then Lindsay also advanced her business to Emerald. So congratulations, you guys. That was huge. You guys hopefully saw the volume leaderboard, Nicolette and Carrie, both in the 1,000+ club, and tons of coaches contributing lots of volume by helping a lot of people get connected with products. So super, super big congrats to you guys. Okay, let me share my screen really quick for the last couple announcements. I just want to walk you through. I hope you guys have spent a little time in the Coach Online office as they've redone it. I hope you're getting familiar. What I want to make sure that we all have on our radar here is that the launch of Double Time is coming. It's launching on Halloween. And so there's a challenge pack that's available. I'm not going to go through all the details because that's what your online office is for. The breaking news is there, so you can go through it. You can read about it. You can check out the FAQ. I just want to make sure you're thinking about it. If you haven't already, it's time, tonight, this weekend, to go over what it's all about, to figure out who might be a good fit for that kind of program, the sort of fun promotions that they've got running around it. So make sure you know what is available to our customers and when it is. So the FAQs are in your Coach Online office. Just click on the news tab and you'll get it right there. Okay, so the next announcement, this is a corporate announcement as well. Registration is now open for November to Remember. This is a really fun incentive sort of program for the month of November, where you're going to partner up with another coach and work together to help a lot of people. So again, the details are in your Coach Online office. The FAQ is right there in tiny print 8239. And it's really fun because they've tied a special promotion to a school system. So coaches who help connect people with the most challenge packs for Double Time are going to be able to choose their school organization or PTA, school-related charity, to donate a lot of money to. So don't miss out on that. The challenge packs for Double Time are sort of special. So you want to see there's a daily sunshine option. There's a few more success club points. So you'll definitely want to check that out. Be the CEO of your own business and look at the breaking news, you guys. Okay. Next announcement, really, really quick, is Clean Week. Hopefully this is not brand new news to you, but Clean Week is up and running and available and super awesome. So little thing I want you to put your a little note in your calendar for if you want to participate. I'm going to be hosting a Dynasty United wide Clean Week group on November 27th. So that's after Thanksgiving. Maybe that would be helpful for some of your people, some of your customers. So this will be open to coaches and customers. So keep that on your radar. I'll announce some more details soon, but Clean Week, the Monday after Thanksgiving, is coming as a Dynasty United family hosted event. Okay, so next is the Diamond Bonus Pool. I don't want you guys to lose track of this. I don't want you to lose sight of this. This is a new bonus promotion opportunity that they just introduced to the network literally last quarter. So this is brand new. It's never been done before. It's a $250 bonus. In my opinion, to do what you should be doing anyways, building your business, helping people get connected, and mentoring people towards success. So make sure you have your eyes set on that Diamond Bonus Pool. It's a perfect timing. You know, Christmas is coming, holidays are coming, New Year's coming. It's an extra $250 that Beachbody will pay you for building your business and building a strong, thriving organization. Okay, and then last announcement is the Emerald Challenge. If you guys missed this post in the Coach family, go find this really colorful picture and make sure you read about it and make sure you stay tuned because it's going to launch this weekend, I guess is what I want to say. So it's going to be a 10-day group. It's open to our entire downline. The prize option is that mermaid headband that I'm wearing in the picture. It's a Dynasty United limited edition mermaid headband, and we do have something for the guys too, so don't feel like guys are excluded. But it's for coaches who are going to move their business forward, activate their business center, and become an Emerald coach for the first time. So super fun opportunity, super exciting thing to be a part of, really great action-based training. So I want as many people as possible to be involved in it, and I want us to have hundreds of us to be wearing these headbands and to represent the hard work that we're putting in our business and helping other people. Okay, so again, oh, and then one other thing I wanted to say is, I know they're not on this call, but we're just super excited about all the UK coaches joining our coach families. So many of you are sponsoring new coaches in the United Kingdom. That officially launched last week, in case you missed the memo. So our coaching opportunity is now, and challenge group opportunities, customer opportunity is now available in the United States, in Canada, and in the United Kingdom. So super proud to expand there, super excited to have been able to be a part of the launch with Ashley and some of her Thrive coaches. You guys, this is an amazing opportunity. This is an amazing way to, what Michael Neiman kept saying is to make our world a little bit bigger, to get to know more people, to get to love on and invest in more people. And I couldn't be more excited for that. So welcome our UK family. Let's make sure we're expanding. We're sharing this opportunity with a lot of people. And then last thing I wanted to make sure that you were aware of is in your Coach Online office, in the news section, there is a new Coach Office walkthrough video. So if you're looking at your Coach Online office and you feel a little bit lost, all you need to do is go to the news tab, and you will see that little video there that'll help you it's sort of like a tutorial. So don't get lost in the mix, just sort of learn and just, maybe carve out like 15 minutes a day to make sure that you're navigating the new system and you're getting more and more familiar with it. Okay, let me transition over to Ashley because she's got a lot for us to learn. Okay, I'm going to put you on split screen here, Ash. Okay, so Ashley is here to share all about creative ways of launching your business. And honestly, I don't know a better person to share this content with than her. She is probably the most innovative person I've ever met, especially when it comes to this business. And I know that you guys have recognized that already. If you're a brand new coach, she's Ash Brockinton on Facebook. Feel free to follow her. Losing It with Sam and Ash is a phrase and a tagline and a brand that she's developed with her husband, Sam. She's mom to 5 kids. She's an 11-star diamond. She's a 2-time elite coach. She is mom to 5 children. She is so down to earth, so humble, so hardworking, and somebody that I think will outwork most people on the planet because when she has a vision and she has a passion, she goes all out and she figures out how can she do this in a unique way? How can she do this in a way that's authentic to her, but it's also fun? And so that's why I'm so excited for you guys to hear from her tonight, because I think sometimes in this business, you need some fresh insight on how to make things fun, or how to be a little bit more catchy, or how to make better, stronger connections in this line of business. So Ashley, I know you have a full sort of, I don't know, a full amount of content for us. So I want to be quiet so I can turn it over to you. You guys, as Ashley starts talking, just let us know in the chat box if her audio is okay. All right, you guys. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Ash. Thank you in advance for pouring so much into this content. And I'm here with my notebook. Okay.
Okay. Can you all hear me? If you can put it in the chat box, because we had to kind of do an audio workaround. So before I start, I'm going to go fast. Yes. Okay. All right. Then so is on that first earlier call, and I have to say that every single one of the new UK team coaches showed up for today's call. So that I'm pretty excited about that, and I think that just shows that that is where the dedication and energy is. All right, so tonight we're going to be talking about how to launch your business like a pro. And for this is, you might be like, well, I'm past that. You know, I'm an older coach. So first of all, don't go in that route, because you are going to build an expansive team, and you are going to help your new coaches launch business like a pro. So you need to listen up. And if you're a new coach, then this is exactly a loose quote. It's what at least I remember the quote being from the book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. I'm right now listening to another book of his, Be Obsessed or Be Average. And this concept stuck out to me so much. And I think it's applicable to launching your business, because when you create a launch, like the type of launch that I'm going to be talking about tonight, you have to push past that fear barrier, because you're going to be inviting your warm market, and they can be scary market. The biggest threat to your success in this business, and in every business, is not that you're going to be annoying, because that's what we fear when we're launching a business, right? Oh my gosh, I can't mention it to my family. I can't mention it to my best friend. I'll be so annoying. They'll think I'm part of this pyramid scheme. What are they going to think of me? I'm going to be annoying. That's not the biggest threat. It's not that you do things wrong. It's not that you do things perfect. It's that you're obscure. It's that nobody even knows what you're doing, right? That is the key. And so this launch, the whole purpose, we're going to go through several objectives, but the main one is that we're like not obscure, that people know what we're doing. So what is a launch event? A launch event is a golden opportunity to make your mark in the mind of your prospect. It's a way to make your warm market the hero, to create a customer base, and to inspire referrals. They are a must when opening any new business, whether it's in the virtual space or brick and mortar location. I literally got off of the UK call today, and my neighbor texted me. She said, hey, can you come look at this table I'm trying to sell? See if you want it. And she told me that she's opening a brick and mortar business. She's going to be, she bought a franchise, her family did, to like make those print or like stencil those cool signs that you see, you know, people selling on Etsy. She's opening up this business where people come and drink wine, and they stencil and make these cool like wooden signs. And she's, you know, talking about this launch event, and she doesn't know how to do social media on it. And I'm like, I'm giving a call about that today. And so she's literally like, this is what she's doing. My next door neighbor, this huge, you know, amazing business. And it's like step by step by step what I'm going to be teaching you. So what I'm teaching you tonight is the same thing that I would teach my neighbor Karen if she came to me for business coaching, or if anybody with any other business that they were opening came to me for business coaching. Now, here are I just Googled my name, and I found some old pictures of me at launches for other people's businesses. When I was a photographer, you can see my many different hair and growing my hair out. These are just different people's like business launches that I was part of. And this is just a couple of them. The top right one is actually one launch event for myself and Sam for our photography studio. I can see some of our photos in the back. So that's how I know what that is. And so this is something every time I opened a new business, like especially I would like look for any type of reason to throw a party, an opening, to get people in my space so that I could show them this is what I'm about. And you can show them this is what I'm about. Make that mark in so many subtle ways. And so we're going to be talking about different ways tonight. There's 3 different ways that you can hold a launch event, a grand opening, whatever you want to call it. There's not just 3 different ways. There's probably millions of ways. The 3 main ways that I kind of feel are going to be pretty duplicatable and teachable are 1, a well-planned party, 2, a casual type of party, casual meetup, we're going to call it, and 3, an online or virtual event. What are the objectives when you launch a business or have an event to do that? Number 1, you want to let everyone, understand what you were doing and how they can be part of it, how they can be involved, okay? Number 2, you want to break the mold. If you're afraid of being misunderstood or like, oh my gosh, everyone's going to think I'm just like this or whatever, this is your chance to show them how you are different. I hear people all the time that are like, oh, I just wish, so-and-so, like, I hear Amy Silverman a lot because she has a great brand. Like, well, if Amy Silverman was my coach, or I wish she this or that, and I'm like, well, freaking go live by the ocean and hire a photographer and put fake bake on. Like, you can be whoever the heck you want to be. And in an event, if you really feel like you're not portraying the person you are right now, you need to have a launch. You need to have some type of event, and you need to get people there, and you need to say, this is who I am, and this is who I want to be. Because the only person that's holding you back from that, it's not Beachbody, it's not your coach, it's not this or that, it's not your camera, it's you. Okay, so this is your chance to break the mold in an event. Number 3, educate people on what you offer, right? Don't let them just assume. You want to give them what to say. You're going to feed it to them. Don't let them just assume that this amazing superfood is a diet shake or a protein smoothie or just like, this and this and, every other thing. Don't let them assume like I did before I knew what it was. Tell them what it is. Educate them. You're going to create customers like from the people that you invite, but also referral services, which I think are sometimes referrals can actually be better than just one customer, because if they refer like tons of people, even if they're never your customer, like that's worth a lot. Here's a huge objective. By creating a launch event, you get to take your warm market that might otherwise be skeptical and standoffish and just like weirded out by you changing and doing this new thing. Because here's the thing, when it's our family and our close friends, they pride themselves on knowing us. They know what we like to eat. They know like what we do at night and what we like to watch on TV. They know what we do for work. But all of a sudden, we're a health and fitness coach. We're working out every day. We're doing these Zoom calls with all of these new friends. We have new friends. What? What about them? Where is their place in our life? With a launch event, you can take them and put them in the center. You can put them right in the center of your life again and make them the hero instead of the outsider. And lastly, just let you work out the willy-nillys and stop dragging things out. I see coaches that take years, and I would say I'm one of them, okay, to invite their whole warm market, to let their warm market know what they do. They just drag it out because of fear, because they're waiting until that time where they're successful enough or feel really great about everything. Until then, they come in on a, like a knight in shining armor, present their success, and then, only then, will their warm market accept them and want to join them. Don't do that. Work it all out, get it over with now. Here's some aha thoughts, just like, think about this. One, when you create this launch event, it's like, boom, working towards one event, one date, you're creating a giant follow list. And the fortune is in the follow-up. The bigger, this is like, these aren't like all, yay, so good things. This is like, you need to think about this. The bigger and more people you do invite, the more stress. 5 hours to message like 100 people. Okay. So you got to be real about that the bigger, the more work, but that's okay because there's also a better payoff. Pick a weekend to do your event that's surrounded, buffered on both sides by weeks where you can get work done. So whether you're going to do an in-person event or a virtual event, you need to treat it like an in-person event, whereas I would not host a big launch event and bring my kids unless I had like a babysitter or somebody with the kids. It just would not make any sense. So in the same way, if your success in this event depends on your interaction with people, you need to figure out some type of, if you have kids, how you're going to get help, what you're going to do, food, all that kind of stuff. Like you're going in the hole. And then lastly, you can use this group if it's a virtual event. You can use this as a resource library for future prospects. Just pop them in there and say, hey, I'm going to tag you in this post, and we'll talk more about that later. Now, here's the specific goal of this event. We talked about the main objectives, but if you're going to go in, you might as well have a specific goal. And I would say that would be to create 500 PV of sales. That equals 6 challenge packs, but you could also just, could be whatever, Shakeology, Beachbody On Demand. But understand, educate yourself in the products we do offer and what PV goes with them, and shoot for at least 500 PV of sales. And I know from talking to people in other network marketing companies, they will have virtual like parties or launches, or they'll go to in-house parties. And we're not going to do this like other people. So I'm teaching how to think like not like a network marketer, but like a entrepreneur. But I do know that other network marketing companies, every launch, their goal is to make about 300 to 400 PV per party and do 3 or 4 a month. So, just putting it out there that this is not a giant goal, but it does depend on inviting people. So let's talk a little bit more about the pluses and minuses of these different types of events. First one is a well-planned party. In my opinion, this has the biggest impact because it's the biggest opportunity to control the message and control the brand and experience. You stand out from everyone. If you act like a boss, people will treat you like a boss. They'll respect you, they'll be proud of you, and they'll refer you. There's nothing more powerful than in-person relationships. When I was talking to our UK coaches on the earlier call today, I said to them, would you feel the same way you do about me now and about Beachbody and about our team if I hadn't have been in person with you and trained you? And they're like, no, like it was priceless. So that in-person touch, I know Ali Tessitore is like so good at those local meetups, and she has parties, and she knows that that's her magic. And I think that maybe a lot of us haven't even tested out our magic when it comes to that in-person touch. Next, you train your prospect with a well-planned party how to think of you and how to trust you. You invest in them, and then they're going to assign a higher value to what you offer and what you do, and even the tools. So if you're like, nobody wants Shakeology, they think it's too expensive. I bet if you invited them to a party that smelled good, sounded good, felt good, and tasted good, that they would not have a problem with the price tag of Shakeology as much, because you would have invested in them. Also, it's insanely great for social media opportunities. So video and photo, really, really to just boost everybody else that's watching virtually. The negative points, it's more expensive, right? I would say I would probably offer Shakeology samples, maybe Shakeology, but like have a little bar, maybe some Fixate appetizers, that kind of thing. And also it's more stress to plan. it's in person. There's more things that could be stressful. I don't want to say go wrong, but yeah, go wrong. I mean, look, tonight though, we're like 10 minutes late almost because we had major audio problems. So things do go wrong. I was a little flustered, but we're back on track. Next is a casual meetup. This, I kind of feel like, is the most relational just because it's a little bit more like a team building, like shoulder to shoulder. You may work out together. You've got that physical component. It's the casual aspect helps put people at ease. They're not so self-conscious. So even though it may not be as much of an experience, they're probably going to like feel like they can kind of just glide into it, especially if you do have a workout. It's easy and fun and active. It's also easy to duplicate, and it's not too expensive. A great thing about it is it could continue into regular meetups, like workout meetups. So let's say you have it on a Saturday morning or something like that. Well, maybe you just continue every first Saturday of every month. You have a workout meetup in that park, or maybe it's at a different time and you come with postcards and hand them out of the schedule. So it really lends itself as like almost like a sneak peek into what your local community will look like. You can also market it to the local masses more easily by putting up flyers in Starbucks and gyms and different things like that. The negatives are, because it's more casual, people probably won't take it as seriously. Like they won't feel like you're investing in them as much, and they may not show up because they feel like it's something they can kind of like RSVP on and they kind of skip out on if it doesn't, it's not like as needed that day. And it probably will be harder to get them to pay attention to like a presentation and listen to what you offer. So these are just things to think about in all these, but you probably can think of great solutions around them. Let's go over the virtual launch. The big positive of this is it's the most expansive. In other words, it doesn't matter if you live in Greenville, South Carolina. You can invite somebody from Manchester, UK to this virtual launch event. It's easier to plan and less expensive. It's still a lot of work, okay? But you don't have to figure out food or that kind of stuff. You can leave the group up after the event as a resource library. Prospects don't have to leave home, neither do you. The negatives are it's not as easy to make a relationship or experience that magic impact. People may forget or not take it as seriously. Like, let's say they said they're going to come to your virtual event, but then somebody asks them out for coffee, or they get an opportunity to take a nap. I think they're probably going to take the coffee or the nap. So it just may not be as high up on their priority list as if they said, yes, I'll show up to somewhere. They also may not take it as seriously. And you may not be as invested in the process. I know it's like when you run a challenge group and it's kind of at a bad time, you're really, really busy. You may not be as all in. You may not get, really give your challengers their best, and you may not get the best return out of that relationship. And that could happen with a virtual launch unless you're like really, really diligent to carve out that space, not procrastinate, and really safeguard the whole communication process. Let's look at the timeline. This is a lot of information, guys, but I do have them on slides. So of course I'm going to give them to you. And like I mentioned in the big teaser earlier, you will be getting, for those of you that stay, I will be giving you like a bonus pack of scripts, step by step by step. I've got social media templates. And so that's going to be a reward for those of you that, hang on the call, because I want to emphasize again that you might be like, I've already launched my business, but if you plan on having a team, and if you can master the launch, then you can master the launch and create a new coach that has 500 PV within a launch event. Think of what that would do. Think of what that can do. That would totally change your entire business. So let's look at the pre-event timeline. Step number 1, pick a type of launch. We talked about 3 types. Pick 1 or 2. You could do a virtual and an in-person. Step number 2, pick a date. For virtual, I would choose maybe 2 to 3 weeks out. In person, maybe 3 to 5. But honestly, most of us are going to procrastinate with the major steps anyway. So we probably could do this in a week if you really, really, really went after it. The big sticky point, I think, would be if it was virtual, if you were going to order some invites, like to send in the mail, which we'll talk about in a second. Step 3, make a list of people to invite. For an in-person event, I would suggest inviting 50. If you invite 50, my guess is you would get 10 to 20, maybe 5 to 15. You really, really never know. And for virtual, I would suggest 50 to 100 or more. Just depends on how dedicated in time you are to really following up with people. But again, I kind of think go all in, get it done. Step number 4, engage and ask them for their mailing address. So engage, on social media, comment on their feeds, reach out to them if you see a good reason to reach out to them, and ask them for their mailing address, so that you can send paper invites in the mail, paper postcards, find Vista prints or overnight prints. People don't get anything like that anymore. And so it's going to be a big surprise. It's going to switch things up, and it's going to trigger them thinking of you and your business in a different way. Step number 5, brand the event. This is going to be the planning part. So you're going to brand it, what colors, what vibe. You want something continuous so people following your social media story can really follow it and pick it up. Oh, just talking about that launch event again. Plan the event. Share teasers on your social media, just like we do, jab, 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 right hook. You're marketing a launch. Design and send invites. I think you should do it in the mail. If for some reason you don't feel like that's a great idea, you could design them and then send them virtually. But I'm telling you, having it in the mailbox is going to be a way bigger impact. And also asking them for their mailing address is just a really, really low-key way to reignite a relationship. And then do countdown, maybe the week leading up. And I would suggest using Canva.com and also working with your upline and or success partner for this. The last step of the pre-event is to track your RSVPs and send reminders via Facebook message the day before or day of. If it's a virtual, it could be either, and tell them that you want to get their feedback and set a follow-up date. I spelled this wrong or mistyped, for the next week. So something like, I'm really, really excited. Don't forget the virtual launch is tomorrow. Here's the link again. I really, really respect your feedback. When would be a good day next week where I could just check in and kind of see what you thought? During the event, welcome them, whether it's in person or in a video. Share your why. Why are you a coach? Why are you launching this business? Why have you invited them? Make them the hero. I invited you because this is scary but really, really exciting. And I wanted only people here that I felt that I could be vulnerable with and that would support me and not be judgmental or critical, that it just was a safe place. That's why you were invited. And then ask them to take action. You're going to ask them to do a few things. Also, you're going to mingle, whether it's in person or it's just commenting and interacting, asking questions during your virtual event. Be engaging, build relationships, be confident, and have fun. Present what you offer with confidence, your products, challenge groups, clean week, coaching. Everything you offer, you're going to be sharing that during this event. During the event, you want to take lots of photos and social media, whether it's in person or whether you're on the computer like this. Be creative. Think about how it's going to look. You're publicizing it, how it's going to look to the rest of the people that aren't there. You want to create some FOMO, fear of missing out. You want everybody that wasn't there to wish they were there and want to be in the know. And then lastly, giveaways for taking action. The post-event timeline. Follow up with everyone. Ask what they liked best and thank them. So like I said, check back in. Hey, you know, I wanted to reconnect. Thank you so much for coming to the event. I really, really, really appreciated it. What did you like best? Don't say, what's your feedback? Tell me bad stuff. You know, you don't want to hear if, like, I don't know, they didn't like the bruschetta you served or whatever at the event, or if they, you know, thought the audio was hard to hear on the video. You're asking them, what did you like best? Step 2, share the photos you took on social media. Like, keep it pumping. Step 3, celebrate. Go out to dinner. Go do something fun, whether it was virtual or in person. Celebrate with, like, your husband or your friend, and say on social media, celebrating a successful launch or grand opening or whatever. Keep the party going. Make it big. Make it exciting. Create a reason for people to follow you. Stop being obscure. Step number 4, this is the post-event timeline. Dive right into a social media marketing calendar. So now your event's done. It's like, what do I do now? There's no event to plan. You dive into the social media marketing plan that your upline had. So I know for my team, and I think for most of them, it's like clean week or a free group, and then a challenge group, and then we talk about coaching. And so each week we're just changing, like, the focus, the main focus, and teasing just the way that you teased and you did the jab, 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 right hook invites to the launch event. Now you're going to be doing that with this kind of sales funnel. Next, forever, continue to engage and follow up. This is just the beginning. So you're just going to keep developing these relationships with the people you invited. And then you might want to consider hosting another less publicly publicized launch with a new list. Because now, if it's a virtual event, at least you've got it all there. So you know what to do. So you might want to just put together another list of 50 and use the next month to just kind of do it all again. But just don't be posting, you know, publicly that you're doing it all again. Just do it behind the scenes. Things to remember, again, this is a big opportunity. It won't be easy. It will feel like work. Fun work, but it's legit. It's going somewhere. Your goal should be 500 PV in sales, but don't get discouraged if it's not immediate. If I were a dentist that was launching, I was going into practice for myself. I had a new little, you know, place in a strip mall, and it was awesome. And I was so excited about it. I would invite all my friends. I would want them to know where we were. I would want them to know we were in business, and I would want to celebrate and get the word out. I would want referrals, but would I have a book out or links out and, like, think that people were going to go and schedule their root canals or getting a crown or a teeth cleaning? No, I wouldn't. That wouldn't be the point. And so although you could have, like, any business wants measurable goals, don't get discouraged if things aren't immediate. This is definitely like building a foundation for a long-term successful goal. Okay, remember, you're going to have to invite your warm market anyway. So why drag out the process? Don't procrastinate. Don't commit to other things during the week surrounding the launch. So don't be like, just don't add extra things to your plate and think it will be okay. You're going to get stressed out. This is a high leverage moment. Be very consistent on social media. I was telling my neighbor, talking about her launch, I'm like, Karen, everything you do every day, got to be behind the scenes. Building the tables for our new business. Look, we just got the couch in. You know, like, oh, look, my girls are coming with me. They're helping, you know, get the cash register set up. Which of these sayings could you see on your wall? Like, every single day, like, leverage it. Or else I'm telling you, you're going to just wish you would. Like, this is kind of like your honeymoon. You know, you can always go on vacations with your spouse, but you have one honeymoon. That's kind of how this launch event is. It's like, you're going to forever have this amazing business and different points of leverage, but why regret not just like, okay, 2 weeks, let's get it done. Let me really commit to this business. Next, you can't mess this up, okay? You can wish you would have done more maybe, but you can't mess it up. So get rid of any perfectionistic thoughts or tendencies. And also, you will be teaching your team this next. So, like, look at it from that lens. All right, it's okay if I run into some kinks or I feel like a little bit overwhelmed. I'm going to help my team with this, and anything that I run into, I'm going to help them do a better job. All right, here is what I suggest the call to action be, whether you're doing it on in person or you're doing it in a virtual event. So like I said, you're going to welcome them, you're going to provide experience, and then you're going to ask them to do something. And this is what I suggest you say. I would say something like, thank you so much for coming, explain your why. This is what I'm, asking you to do today. 1, so take a look at everything I offer, all of my services, all of my tools. First option would be try something that I offer that you don't currently have a solution for just 30 days. There's a money back guarantee. So if it doesn't work for you, then that's okay. Number 2, try something I offer that you do have a solution for. And for 30 days and see if you like what I offer better. If you do, that's a huge win because you just upgraded your own experience and your own solution. If it's not a great, choice, you can either cancel it, or not go further, or you can get your money back even. Next, be a referral source. Recommend me when you hear friends or family that have a problem and that I have a solution for. Okay, and so as far as if this was a virtual event, here's kind of what I would do. I would have a welcome video that would say, welcome, here's what's going on, this is my why, this is why I'm doing this, here's what I'm asking you to do, one of these 3 things, comment on this welcome post so I know that you're here, and then pick 3 different tools or services that I offer. They're each going to be in a different post. So like there'd be a post about Shakeology, a post about Beachbody On Demand, a post about challenge packs, all that kind of stuff. And it would have a video of you explaining it, or your coach or your teammates, they could do a video. And then the post would say, who's the products for, what type of people, what are the features of it, what problems does it solve, and why is it the best? Why is it different and awesome? And so you're going to ask them then to do one of those things, but that's going to be kind of how they see things. If this is an in-person thing, you might want to have little stations set up, or you could have everybody just kind of sit down as you do a quick presentation. Don't be afraid to ask for help, either from your upline and your team if it's virtual, or from your family or friends if it's in person. You can kind of train them on what to do. Here's the different things I would go over: products we offer, challenge groups, clean week, and the coaching opportunity. I think giveaways are a great way to add fun to this. So here's some different ways you could help them or allow them to enter into your giveaway. You could say something like, introduce me to 5 people, do a 3-way message, and just kind of give them a script of what they could say in that 3-way message to introduce you. Or they could watch 3 videos, like we mentioned, on 3 different tools, and just comment in each of them, and maybe that would allow them to be entered into the giveaway. They could post about your launch or your upcoming group. So maybe you make a post about this launch or clean week or whatever, and you ask them to then go and share it with all of their friends, and that would give them an entry into this giveaway. Here's what I would suggest perhaps giving away. I definitely think that it should be some of our tools. Clean week is 7 days of Shakeology, and then it's a great value for you as far as an investment because they get the workouts and they get the meal plan basically for free. Daily Sunshine sample pack, or Energize sample packs, or you can make your own little sample pack, like cute little box or package where they get to try. Maybe you tell them they get basically clean week workouts, clean week meal plan. They get to try like 2 packets of Shakeology, 2 packets of Daily Sunshine, 2 of Energize, or however many more, and you put a price tag on it. So it could be both a giveaway, but it also could be something that you sold in your group, basically make like your own product sampler. So that might be a way for people that are like too afraid to want to be more than a referral, but are too afraid to invest into a 30-day supply. They may feel really good about purchasing a product sampler that was maybe around a $50 price tag. So that's just one idea. And then also you could do a public giveaway on your feed to celebrate your launch. Clean week, I think, would be really good because you could say like, Clean week giveaway to celebrate the launch of my new coaching business. I'll be giving away 1. All you have to do to enter is share this post and comment below. And so then that not only would help share your post to a lot of people, but it also, everybody who shared or liked or commented would be people that then you could follow up and invite them to Clean Week. All right, and we're almost done. But I mentioned that one of the big kind of ways to think about this is it's an opportunity to get as many people as possible to make your mark, and if nothing else, to create a follow-up list. Like, you're not just inviting them, you're going all the way. You are sending them a postcard invite. You are having multiple contact touches with them. But let's look at these statistics from the National Sales Executive Association. First of all, 48% of you all, you don't ever follow up with a prospect. Okay, let's move on to this. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. Well, no wonder this business is hard. I haven't been following up, right? 3% on the second, 5% on the third, 10% on the fourth. And 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. 80%, 80%. What? And look at this. Look how lovely this whole launch idea works with getting you to that 80% target, to that golden spot. Let's look at these contacts. Number 1 contact, you ask for their mailing address. That's like a very kind of like personal, vulnerable point of contact that's going to immediately insert why you want it. You're a coach now. You're launching a business. Conversation started, to the point. No more talking about people's tats or where they got that baby onesie. Number 2 point of contact, you've got to remind them about the event. Don't forget it's tomorrow. Don't forget it's this weekend. Hoping you can come. By the way, when would be a good time next week to follow up and get your feedback on what I offer and what, and how it went. Number 3, you're going to engage with them at the event. If they're in person, pat them on the back, shake their hand, give them a hug. If it's virtual, interact with them. Like I said, comments, emojis, likes, tags, all that good stuff. Another point of contact. Number 4, you already set the follow-up. You're following up after the event. Thank you so much for coming. I can't tell you how much that meant. Wow, I'm on cloud 9. I am so excited about all of this. Tell me what you liked best. What did you see in there that you really liked the most? 4 points of contacts. Boom, boom, boom. You know what that means, guys? For the rest of your coaching career, ta-da, it is up to you to do contacts 5 through 12 follow-ups to see how they're doing. And that is where your 80% is going to come from. So doing this launch event, just look at it like this. Ashley has given me the formula to get to the 80% mark. All I have to do is follow the formula with everybody I invite. And after that, every time I follow up, it's just a matter of time until I make the sale and get to that closing percentage. And here's what I'm asking you to do tonight. This is your call to action. Old coaches, so that is anybody that is kind of past like the maybe 5-month mark, 6-month mark, okay, to where you've been talking about coaching a lot. This is what your call to action is. Help your new coaches launch, okay? How fun. Hello, guys. You're like fun bridesmaids together, or, like a craft night or whatever. This business, if you follow this type of model, this business can basically be onboarding your new coaches is planning a party with them. Hey, let's make invites. Hey, let's make a guest list. Hey, let's pick a date. Hey, you're doing an in-person one. What are you going to serve? Look, I found some Pinterest ideas. Yes, right? How fun is this? So you want to help your new coaches launch their business, and I want you to recruit 2 new coaches in the next 2 weeks. Get some new coaches. You're like, I don't have any new coaches. We'll go get some. Get some new coaches. Get super excited. Have them watch the recording of this and help them launch their business using this method. New coaches, what is your call to action? I want you to contact your upline between now and Sunday. I want you to set a date for a launch event. Decide which type or types of launch events you want to do. And I want you to make your list, your invite list this weekend, okay? That's not something that just magically is easier to do. It's going to take you sitting down, make a nice spot, maybe listen to Pandora, maybe you watch Netflix while you do it, get out the memory jogger, go through your friends list on Facebook, ask your mom or, friends or whoever's local to help you come up with the list and make that really good list. And that's your job for this weekend. And then everyone get a success partner. I suggest getting in a group of 2 or 3. I really think after 3, what happens is that it's like one person will go MIA and nobody really notices, or they don't really go after them. It's just too many people. It gets a little quiet, like off and on. But I think 3 is a really good number, and I think 2 is a really good number. And so I want you to get a success partner to keep you accountable with daily invites and launch steps. So if you're a new coach, I want you to find another new coach. Ideally, you would be launching your doing your event around the same time, maybe just a week or 2 apart, so you can brainstorm and do things together. I think that would be really, really fun. And then at the very least, and so if you are an upline coach and you have new coaches, maybe you help your new coach find that success partner too. And then at the very least, have that success partner where you are sending text messages, whatever. It's like I did my 3 invites. Like I have 2 basically little success partner pods, and we do like a Snapchat video saying, hey, did my 3 invites for the day. So I think I've done 2, maybe 3. I did them really early this morning. So I still have to send my success partners my daily check-in. But that is your call to action. Brittany, I'm not sure at this point, do I ask for questions in the chat?
Yeah. If you want to maybe just like 4 minutes, and we'll round it out at 55, minutes. Oh, there we are. Can you hear me? Sorry. Can you hear me, Ash?
Yeah.
Okay. We can take a couple minutes, like just like maybe 2 minutes of questions if anybody has any. Do you guys have any questions for Ashley? I mean, let me just preface this with, I just witnessed her launch event in person. She did 2 different events in the UK. So she did these in a foreign country on a different time zone, and they were super successful, super fun, super creative. So, and she's done countless ones online. And so if you guys have questions, take this opportunity. Maybe she can take because I know it's getting late for everybody and you've been up for forever, but maybe just 2 or 3 solid questions. So if you guys have questions, type them in the chat box now for her so she can give you some insight.
And I'm not sure if it just showed up, but I just shared the file that I had promised for those of you that stayed.
Okay.
I'm not sure because I can't see what you see, but I just pushed share. It's a file. So it's a PDF, but I'll also put a link, what's it called? Google Doc link in there too. And it has the step-by-step process of I have scripts in there of what you can say. I have like a template for a header for the group. I have a template for a 7-day countdown. And I also have little flashcard type things that I made that would give ideas of how to tease your launch. Whether it's ooh, I just got all my invitations in the mail. Super excited. I ordered 10 extra. Let me know, comment launch event below, and I'll send you one. I'll get your address and send you one, and different things like that, how to tease it out and how to basically take the list that you made, but get more and more people interested that weren't even on your list through social media. And so
they say that they got it, Ashley. So that's awesome.
I'll put the link in the chat too.
They did get it. And then Kristen does have a question, if you can hear me. She says, as a brand spanking new coach that has only sent out a whopping 1 invite, how do you suggest I approach a launch party? Anything different or same formula?
So
she's brand
new.
Just
so you know, Brittany, I have to put myself on mute every time I talk, so you can kind of wave at me if you need me to.
Oh, sorry.
Stop. 1 invite. Yeah. I mean, that's who this presentation was for. that was for you, but it also could be for somebody who's done thousands of invites. But that's the beautiful thing about it, is that you keep going, you keep inviting, you don't change anything. You're not stopping your business. You're basically just maximizing and leveraging the point that you are in your business, which you feel like as a new coach is a very low point. But I believe that with a launch event that you can turn it into perhaps the point of highest leverage that you could ever have. So I would just follow the formula. And if you've only sent one invite, that means you're probably pretty nervous and scared. And so think about this. How scary is it to ask somebody, hey, can I have your mailing address? I'm hosting a launch event and I really would love to invite you. I think that's way less scary than inviting somebody to a challenge group. And so if you make a list of 50 to 100 people, you're literally going to be sending out 50 to 100 invites in the next week or two. And I really believe that that's going to inspire great, great confidence. And I will also want to shout out my coach, Michelle King. She's doing her launch event this weekend, and she's been getting great. Like, people will go in her group. She hasn't even done it. It's just open, and they will post a picture of themselves with her postcard that she sent. She said people are texting her and telling her how proud they are and how excited they are. And so again, it's letting them be the hero. I hope that answered your question.
Okay. And then if you can hear me, Ash, 2 more that we'll wrap up with. I'll read them all together because I think one of them will be quick. So Audrey asks, do you recommend a live event at your house or somewhere neutral like a community center? And then Kelly asked, is there a place online we can design postcards for this? Would you send out paper invites for an online launch?
Okay, so the first one is, would I do this at my house? Well, if you can see my house, you would know what the answer for me is. My house is always really messy, and I'm insecure about the mess. But I think a house would be a great place to do it. I think it's very comfortable. It's got a kitchen. It's a place that people can stay really late. And I don't know, there's something really fun about the people that stay till the end, especially if it's your family or your closest friends, and they're just there, and you sit down at the end and you celebrate and you have a glass of wine. So I think there's definitely something special about having it at a house. But if you have an event space that's available to you, then I also think that that's really cool too. And it adds a different vibe. It adds a kind of I don't want to say a more professional vibe, because I think it's just a preference, but it's a more serious vibe maybe. I'm gonna just shout out my UK coaches. So we hosted, just to show you the impact this had. I don't know if Brittany was on the call or she had to get off before they said this, but they asked me how much it cost to rent the Airbnb that we hosted our launch workshop training for them. And you guys, it's $254 a day. So, which isn't bad actually, if they split it with several people, but they felt so connected to us, and they felt those vibes so strong that these UK teams that didn't know each other before last Thursday are now wanting to rent a house together so that they've got it in their head that they're going to grow this team, and they're going to invite them to do their own launch, team launch workshop. So I think I just want to show you the power in person is super powerful, but I kind of think that everybody should do a virtual launch event. But then strongly consider, if it won't overwhelm you to the point of quitting, okay, that you consider doing an in-person one, but it's not the main thing. It's not the main thing. Your daily work is the main thing. And the second question was how to design the paper invites. Canva is amazing. My team, we share one login for Canva. I saw that graphic design was a hurdle in some coaches' minds. And so what we did is I created an account, and we all share I created a new email, and we share an email and login. And so we just go on there and we share the same templates. And so for my team, I did share in that resource, if you download it, I did share some different templates that you can use. I didn't make an invite one, but there are invites that are already done. You literally go on there and it'll say postcard, letter size, whatever. And you click on it and there's already a template, and all you have to do is change the colors, maybe change a picture, put in the words, and it actually has a button where you can, I haven't looked at the pricing, where you can print and order from Canva. But if not, you could download the design and then upload it to, you could do Kinko's, but I find things like Vista prints or overnight prints I always used overnight prints. It was the best quality when I used to do this kind of thing.
Okay. Okay, this last one, just because I think maybe a lot of people are asking or wondering, do you think doing a live event would still work as an oldie coach?
Absolutely. I want to. I think I want to be real with you guys. This is not going to be the magic for an older coach. This will not be the magic solution to your business. What I have seen in the past is coaches will, for something else, they'll go in and they'll invite a ton of people to something, but then they don't follow up. And so they lose, and then they don't understand why their team's not growing. And it's because they didn't remind them, they didn't market it, and they didn't follow up. And that takes a lot of work. So if you are not doing that in your daily practice, like your daily work, then you need to kind of really look at, will doing this in person, it could go one of two ways. One, you could feel like very discouraged at the end because you again didn't follow the process. And number two, it could be that like turnaround point for you where you really did invest in your business and you realize, well, like, all right, now I invested a lot. I've got to make this work. It's the same reason like we invest $160 in launching a business and we're like, whatever. If we had invested thousands of dollars, we would take it a little more seriously. I think for sure, doing an in-person event at any point. My first photography grand opening, it was like 5 years into my photography career. And so I was always looking for a way to reinvent myself or host a party where I could kind of show off like, hey, look, I just happen to have amazing photography all over the walls, but I'm not going to like send a link. Would you review my portfolio? I think it's a lot better than it was 5 years ago, So I think absolutely.
Awesome. You guys, we're going to let Ash go. We're going to say thank you. We are going to utilize this training in a big way, Ash. I mean, it was just awesome. Just awesome. So practical, yet so simple. If you guys feel nervous, if you feel like you're sweating, honestly, that's a good thing. Like, be uncomfortable. I know I'm uncomfortable thinking about how I'm going to take this call to action and put it to work. So don't be afraid of the work. Don't be afraid of being uncomfortable. And I have to echo everything that Ashley said as far as also getting a success partner. I've talked about this a couple of times with some coaches these last couple of days. And that's the difference maker, because probably 90% of you are feeling uncomfortable about hosting an event. And without a success partner, you're going to fall through the cracks. And so give yourself the opportunity to move your business forward in a big way by hosting something like this, and be bold enough and courageous enough to ask somebody to hold you accountable to it, because nothing changes if nobody holds you accountable. And so I want to encourage you in that relationship. That working relationship is irreplaceable, and it is super valuable for you in your business, especially with this call to action, because it's going to make you uncomfortable. It's not just taking a selfie. It's not just making a post. It's committing to something, but see the fun in it, see the value in it, and treat it like a birthday party. Treat it like a girls' night. Don't make it such a heavy process. Make it fun. And the worst case scenario, they're not interested, and that's okay. And like Ashley said, they may see the passion that you have. They may see the genuine care that you have for other people, and they will become a great referral source for you. Even if it's not for them, they will become your biggest fan, and they will usher people to you whenever they meet somebody in Target or the grocery store or in their life that needs some help. So it's a win-win. Ashley, I can't thank you enough for the time and the information. If you guys did not get the file, just look where the poll is. You should be able to download the file right there. If not, we will make sure that you guys get it within the Coach Family Team page. But I still got it. So,
and then here's the link
Oh, perfect.
So
She's putting the link in the chat as well. Emerald Tribe. So see you guys here Thursday night at 8:52. Bye, everybody.